Welcome to What If Verus Trading. What if you add liquidity? What if you remove liquidity from these basket currencies? In our previous video, we got the basics of how to read this table in a in a two basket currency called Pure. Now what we're going to do is learn how to read it in a four basket currency. So get our trusty blue marker out. This particular basket currency, this liquidity provider token, is called bridge.veth. We won't go into the naming of it because that adds a bit of technical detail. But just know that this bridge token is the liquidity provider token in this basket currency, which has four reserve currencies that back it. They're each weighted 25% each. Now, what we didn't go through in the previous video is reserves. So this is what makes up the basket currency's value. So here we can see we've got 1004 ETH. We've got 1,078 Maker. We've got 3,398,000 DAI. And we've got 2,804,000 Verus. So because of this weighting, what we can do is say, this is the easiest one to grab, the Ethereum one. We've got 1,004 times 100% divided by its weighting. So it's 25 in this case. And we can do the same for Maker. The really interesting one is DAI. I'm just going to round it. And Verus will leave off for the moment. So what we can do is, because each weighting is 25%, we can multiply any one of these by 4 and it equals 100%. It gives a whole. That's why we've got a whole 100% here, divided by 25, divided by the weighting. So that's essentially 1,004 times 4, which is 4,016. This is the value of this basket. 4,016 ETH makes up all of this basket. Now, we just move straight onto DAI, because this is the one that we're most familiar with. It's 3.4 million. We times it by 4, and that equals 13.6 million DAI in total TVL, total value of liquidity. is just simply Roman numeral M, which is 1,000, times 1,000. This is the nomenclature. Sometimes you'll see it, sometimes you won't. It's not very popular in crypto. Anyway, these four reserve currencies can be used to price things. In the first video, we went through the base and quote, or relative currency. Bitcoin USD equals whatever it is today, 65K. Now, we also went through the example of ETH, BTC, as you see on centralized exchange. It's approximately 0.03 at the lowest, maybe it's 0.35, I haven't checked. Now, what we want to do is focus on our friend here, DAI, because we're very familiar with it. ETH, the reserve ETH in this basket, is priced at 3,383 Dai. So it's about $3,383 per ETH. And how this is expressed normally is ETH USD on exchanges, Coinbase, Binance, etc., Kraken, all the other big ones. Now, because we've got Dai in this basket, we're expressing it ETH Dai. And you'll see this on Binance as well. They've got a Dai market. So here we can just simply put ETH here, ETH Dai. And this gives us this price. Same with Maker. Maker USD, probably at Binance today, 33.80, just to round it. So there's going to be a difference in price. And this one here, Maker Dai, is, Dai, 31.49. Maker Dai. We got Verus here. It's $1.21. Some exchanges you might find it $1.18. So there's a bit of a price difference between what's happening here on the basket and what's happening on centralized exchanges. And this is so fundamentally important to understand how to price things in Dai, so you understand that on the exchanges, they may have a difference. In a 2-minute time span, this might drop down to 30.80. And that creates a difference of $70. So there's an arbitrage opportunity. But sometimes these prices are going all over the place. Let's change color. Sometimes the Ethereum price in the basket might drop down to 33.78, and the Maker price might increase in Dai to 31.61. So what will happen is that will affect any pricing to do with Maker as the quote currency and ETH as the quote currency as well. So what we can do is check out Maker as the base and ETH as the rel. Currently, it's 0.93 on this screenshot that I took. And currently ETH is the base and Maker as the relative currency to quote in is 1.07. That means for 1 ETH, you get 1.07 Maker because it is lower in Dai value. You can do this fraction on your calculator, on your computer. 31.49 divided by 33.83 is approximately 0.93. So, and the opposite, 33.83 divided by 31.49 is approximately equal to 1.07, which is this price here. So we're pricing things relative to each other. Maker relative to ETH and ETH relative to Maker. That's what these columns are. These are the relative price, the quoting price. Here the quoting price is Dai. It's very easy because we're familiar with prices in US dollars. So 1 Dai is 1 Dai. If you've got Dai in your hand and you want to know the price of Dai in the real world, it's 1 to 1. Verus, if you got Verus in your wallet, you want to know how much it is in relative to Dai, it's 1.21. Now, that's how you read the table. Excuse all the scribbles, but it's the same as what we saw in our previous video. of pure. Oh, we're not going to edit this. Alrighty. Anyway, that's it. No dogs barking.